Hello, beautiful people. Okay, so this is about Ascension headaches and how to deal with them. Okay, I had a doozy of an Ascension headache for 3 whole days, which in my 3D life would have had me hospitalized. I will tell you right now. When I asked whether the pain was a result of some sort of upgrade or previous Ascension energy coming through, I was told that the attunements were happening in that moment. Okay, so do know that there is a strong chance that as you're having the headache, it's not a result of something necessarily that had happened before. You may be having the upgrades in that moment. All right, and so there is restructuring going on is what's happening. All right, and so the pain was the result of the restructuring. There was and has been a change in the pattern of how the chemicals, the neurotransmitters, how they release, and even really the way in which the chemicals are releasing. There are certain chemicals, I'm being told, that will eventually no longer be released at all. The tissue itself of the brain is being restructured. I didn't get into which parts of the brain yet or any of that. This is just a beginning peek for me into this, okay? So it will be easier to access portals. In other words, interdimensional communication and travel is becoming easier for us. And many of you have probably already noticed this. And because a lot of you who are listening to me are way showers yourselves already. Some of you are and don't even realize it. So you may be already beginning to experience these things in your own way. So there's much more to this, I'm sure, but I just want to give this little bit of information that I have at the moment. All right, now during these headaches, you might think that you are disconnected from your gifts in some way, or disconnected from your ability to interpret information, okay? But just know you are not actually disconnected. This is just a feeling that you're getting. You're just feeling like it's hard for you to grasp, but there's no actual disconnection going on. The stress of the headache is what creates that illusion. As the stress subsides, you're going to begin to recognize the signs of your connection again, okay? As long as you don't panic and as long as you don't shut down. But listen, even if you panic a little bit and shut down, still do not judge yourself, okay? You can always find a window back. Always. Trust and allowance is going to grant you that access. So don't judge yourself. The Arcturians are saying to me that we, and when they say we, okay, they mean the galactics included, okay, themselves included. They're saying we're all experiencing very rapid shifts. Things are in flux right now. Keep the strength and the power underneath you. They say to be free and to be yourself during this time. So you are restructuring yourself. You are enjoyment embodied. You must not forget what the point is through all of this. Despite your stress, remember to be vigilant, to find joy within yourself. Understand what is going on, but progress beyond it to the other side. In order to do that, you must stay buoyant. Stay above it all. Glide and coast. Do not submerge. Very poetic, of course. They say glide and coast. Pay attention to that. So come above it. Even as you're experiencing the pain, they are saying to remember that you're not actually disconnected, okay? And so even with the stress of the pain, keep a sense of calm about yourself, okay? So what you want to do is ground yourself as much as you can. And the reason why I say as much as you can, the reason why I say it that way is because it's difficult to calm yourself enough to ground when you're experiencing this sort of a headache, this sort of what we used to call a migraine, okay? And I realize that, certainly. So I'm going to say as much as you can ground yourself, okay? If there's another process that you're attracted to, for instance, if someone says, you don't really need to ground anymore because, people have different ways of looking at what grounding really is. And as you ascend, I know there's a school of thought that you don't really need to ground. That's fine. Find a different avenue to center yourself. You can use that word. And I'm just going to take a moment here to say the reason I'm saying that's fine is because all of these viewpoints are relevant. This is going to be a little off topic here, but I really want to say this. Each of us are way showers, okay? And as we're coming into this information, the information is truth. It is truth from different perspectives, and the different perspectives are going to reach who it applies to. So this is not competitive in the way of what we're used to in a 3D world setting, okay? We are pieces of a puzzle working together. We are like a web interlocking with each other, and what we're going to do is together present a large picture of an overall truth through the heart space, through love. Now, when you get away from the heart space, then there's a problem. So use your discernment there. But other than that, of course, flow toward what is going to resonate with you. It's very important. Okay, and trust your own instincts as you develop your way of seeing and you begin to receive your messages as you come into your interdimensional truth on your own. So you might need to use holistics like peppermint oil or other anti-inflammatory oils. But let me just say, there is nothing more important than your alignment. Okay, so finding a reasonable way to get comfortable is very important, okay? Because you don't need to let yourself get so out of whack that you can't see straight, that you can't remember the point, the purpose, who you are, what you're here for. You've got to find your calm, okay? And so, hey, listen, if ibuprofen does not hurt you beyond reason, and it is anti-inflammatory, then yes, use it. Holistics are always going to be better, obviously. And the best thing is meditation. It doesn't get any better than that. So just ground in the way or center in the way that you need to center. I can't overstate the importance of that, okay? To get centered. And I want to say, as long as we're talking about, centering and grounding, and particularly also the fact that we're going to have more access to interdimensional, quote unquote, travel and communication through these upgrades, I want to talk about Philip Adler. He's got a website and a podcast. He has a couple of months ago uncovered some codes. Really, really cool that will bring people in who are awakening now. They're a little bit fresher to this experience. And what he was doing at first was meditating at 5:55 in the morning and 5:55 in the evening, okay, on the ascension process itself. And he can tell you more about this. You can find him at his website. It's Elevate11, and I'm going to put it in the link underneath. It is elevate11.com, his website. He's got a lot of experience and beautiful stories to tell, which he also tells on a podcast. And so I'll have to put a link to his podcast below as well. But now and again, I'm going to start mentioning more and more people that just have really cool information to give and are having a beautiful and informative experience of their own, because we are really all in this together. We really are. We are intricate pieces of a puzzle that are interweaving to create a bigger picture. And so, thank you for listening. I hope that you're not experiencing the horrific end of these headaches like I did the last few days. But if you have already experienced the headache with the waves that are coming in, please, I hope this information really helps you. If you haven't experienced anything like this yet, still take this information and know that it is possible, that it's coming. And regardless, just know that these upgrades and these tweaks are going on. So just know that there is restructuring going on within you as you're being activated and as these waves are coming through, okay? So blessings, blessings, blessings. Thank you for listening. And I'll be back with more information. I'm going to try to keep you more updated on things. There are so many people that have so much good information that I try to focus on the broader perspective messages and the activations. That's really my wheelhouse, as many of you know. But when these When specific information like this comes in that is so pertinent to what's going on with so many, I may go ahead and do a video like this that's a little bit more informative in that way, okay? So let me know below if it something like this would be helpful to you for me to do maybe on a more regular basis. And we will share energy and space again soon. Love you and blessings, my friends. Namaste.